Hello everyone, I am Debjyoti a trainee teacher from the B.Ed department of Kalna College. Today I am going to present a lesson through multimedia e-content. Before we begin our lesson, I would like to take you on a short journey of imagination. Imagine that you are traveling on a ship in the middle of the sea. Suddenly, a terrible storm begins. Huge waves crash against the ship, strong winds blow from every direction, and finally, the ship breaks apart and sinks. Okay, don't worry, it is just an imagination, not reality. This situation is called shipwrecking, when a ship is destroyed or sunk at sea, as you can see in the picture. Today we are going to learn about a person who faced exactly such a situation and struggled bravely to survive. Now let me introduce today's lesson. The title of our lesson is A Shipwrecked Sailor, written by Daniel Defoe. It is lesson 11 from class 9 textbook, please, published by the West Bengal Board of Secondary Education. The lesson tells us about a sailor who becomes stranded on an island after a shipwreck and how he faced difficulties with courage and determination. Before reading the text, let us know something about the author. Daniel Defoe was a famous English writer and journalist who lived from 1660 to 1731. He is best known for his world-famous novel, Robinson Crusoe. His writing often focuses on adventure, survival, and human determination. His stories continue to inspire readers even today. This lesson is adapted from Daniel Defoe's famous novel, Robinson Crusoe. The story describes how Robinson Crusoe was shipwrecked during a violent storm and reached a lonely island. At first, he felt helpless and hopeless. However, through hard work, patience, and determination, he gradually made the island suitable for living. The text teaches us the importance of courage, self-resilience, and perseverance in difficult situations. Now, let us read the first part of the text carefully. Please open your book, page number 83. On September 30, 1659, I, miserable Robinson Crusoe, being shipwrecked during a violent storm, came on shore on this dismal island. I call it the island of despair. I was almost dead, and the rest of my ship's company was drowned. I had neither food, house, nor clothes. I feared I would be devoured by wild beasts. When night came, I slept in a tree for fear of wild creatures. It rained all night. Here we can see three pictures, and three important parts have been highlighted in the text. The first highlighted part indicates the specific date on which the events of the story take place. The second part shows Robinson Crusoe's impression of the island. To him, it appears to be an island of despair, reflecting his feelings of loneliness and hopelessness after being stranded there. The third and the most important point highlighted in the story is the basic necessities required for human survival. These are food, shelter, and clothing. Now, let us understand the passage in simple language. On September 30, 1659, I, poor Robinson Crusoe, was shipwrecked in a terrible storm and reached a lonely island. I called it the island of despair. I was almost dead, and all my shipmates had drowned. I had no food, no house, no clothes. I was afraid wild animals might eat me. That night, I slept in a tree to stay safe. It rained all night. Now, let us also learn some new words from the text. Dismal means desolate, gloomy, miserable, or depressing. Devoured means eaten quickly or completely consumed, gobbled up or swallowed. As you can see in both the pictures, the meaning of these two words are clearly illustrated. Now let us look at some grammar based on the lesson. Now we will learn about three types of sentence and see their example in the text. A simple sentence expresses a complete idea using one independent clause. A complex sentence contains one independent clause and one dependent clause. A compound sentence joins two independent clauses with a conjunction. The examples on the screen, which have been taken from the textual concept, help us understand the sentence structures clearly. We can see that the first sentence contains one independent clause. Therefore, it is a simple sentence. In the second sentence, there are two main or independent clauses joined by a conjunction. Therefore, it is a compound sentence. Again, we can see that the third sentence contains one main clause and one subordinate clause or dependent clause. Therefore, it is a complex sentence. Now, it is not enough just to learn how to read. We should also learn how to write. So let's see how we can do that. Here, we can observe the use of apposition in the first sentence of the text. On September 30, 1659, I, miserable Robinson Crusoe. And these types of sentence structures are commonly used while writing the body of a formal letter. And that is why it has been presented in the format here, so that we can easily relate it to letter writing. Student may need to write formal letters such as application to principals, government offices, newspaper, or various organizations. And we will need these sentence structures while writing formal letters. We will discuss the writing of formal letter in detail later. Now it is time to check your understanding. I will ask a few questions based on your text. Please read each question carefully and try to answer before looking at the correct answer. So students, Learning becomes meaningful when we clear our doubts. If you have any question regarding today's lesson, you may ask them by using the provided Google form to submit your doubts, and I will respond accordingly. We have now reached the end of today's lesson. I hope you have enjoyed Robinson Crusoe's journey from being shipwrecked to discovering a new island. I also hope that you are now curious and excited to know what happens in the next part of the story. Thank you all for your attention and participation. Have a wonderful day. See you again in the next class.